So, in a surprise to nobody, we're hearing Alyssa Thomas complaining about the fans. In a surprise to absolutely, it should be a surprise to absolutely nobody. I don't know why anyone would be shocked at this because Alyssa Thomas, she did play for a poverty franchise for long enough. She's not used to having any fans, let alone a lot of fans at her games or anything else. And yeah, like one of the major situations I do fully understand with Alyssa Thomas is like the whole domestic abuse thing that the one upon her to come out about with the whole Angel Reese situation. That was pretty bad. And I will say, like, I'm sorry, she's the dirtiest player in the league. Like, Alyssa Thomas is the dirtiest player in the league, and unfortunately in sports, if you are a extremely dirty player like Alyssa Thomas is, rival fans are going to criticize you. There's obviously like a line that I fully believe fans are completely crossing with Alyssa Thomas, but there's a 99.9% chance that's only online. Let's take a listen.
Yes, I think, our sports culture, I think so many fans, feel they have the freedom to say whatever they want to us. And unfortunately, there's a lot of nasty things that come with it. At the end of the day, we're here doing our jobs, and, they don't have people coming to their jobs saying these nasty things. So
I got told if I ever go to Winthrust, I will not make it out alive. I got told not to go to Game 3 of the WNBA Finals last year because someone was quote going to get me. So I literally at the end of that game walked out. I'm not joking when I say this. I walked out with a crowd of people, and the first bar I saw, I walked into. I was like, the whole crowd were walking. I walked into that bar, did not leave the bar, ordered an Uber, walked straight out to the Uber, and went straight back to my hotel. Like, no, obviously nothing's gonna happen, but like to say that other jobs, I'm sorry, like, have you worked in a call center? Have you worked in a call center? I worked in a call center for, if you're Irish and English, you know how bad this job is. I worked in the call center for the TV license. I got called every name under the sun on the phone. If you've ever worked around drunk people, they will come for you at your jobs. So no, it's not just athletes. And by the way, I'm not condoning some of the crap that I know for a fact Alyssa Thomas has had to deal with. Like, I know for a fact Alyssa Thomas has had to deal with, or has had some awful things said about her and awful accusations by thousands of people. Like, I fully am aware in that. But that's a society problem, not like a fans in WNBA problem. No matter what happens, even if Caitlin Clark retires from basketball, the same crap's still going to happen.
And, they don't have people coming to their jobs saying these nasty things. So, we definitely have to protect the players better. It's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but I know we're going to continue to speak up about it, and we're just trying to play basketball. That's all.
What are they meant to do? When players complain about fans, kick them out. I think most teams are already doing that. Most arenas already do that. Tell players to stay off social media. I don't know. You can't police Twitter. You definitely can't police Twitter. And I don't think any player should be on Twitter in the first place, but you definitely can't police it. Like, what are the team meant to do? And then obviously you got a Caitlin Clark comment here. And I don't know, was this today? Spoke to Rapinoe and Bird. This must have been today. About social media and profound impact it has in each of our lives. Well, I think first you have to remember social media is such a false perception of reality, and even for myself, you don't always realize that at times, she said. And the social media platforms are not the real world, and emphasizes she feels most connected to basketball fans she's playing on the court. And fans that show up, especially the kids, aren't the people that are on social media caring about every decision you make or every comment you make, Clark continued. Clark also acknowledged that her life is unique for even for a WNBA player. I always try to remind myself how lucky I am to be here, to be in this position too. There are so many people that would kill to be in my shoes. There's going to be hard moments, but at the same time, but a lot of really good moments too. That's why I try to remind myself, honestly, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. And like, there's been no instances where Alyssa Thomas has reported any bad fan behavior. And when she went on her rant about the fans in Indiana after the playoffs, I mean this when I say this, she didn't play a game in Indiana in the playoffs. She did not play a game in Indiana in the playoffs. There was one player, by the way, who called out anything in her playoff series when she went on the rant afterwards about how bad Indiana fans were. There was one player that said something to a referee to try to get somebody kicked out. And it was Caitlin Clark towards a fan who the security refused to kick out. One player, and it was towards it was a Suns player someone in a Sun top with media credentials that said something to Caitlin Clark. But yeah, it's it is what it is. It is what it is. And for me, it's like all you have to do is not be dumb and not do dumb stuff fan doesn't like. Be competitive, be fierce, be forced. You can't do the things you're claiming the fans do, then protect that. Many of the women of WNBA are not prepared for Philadelphia sports fans 20 years. Oh my God, it's going to get so much worse in Philadelphia. Oh my God, they don't understand. They don't understand. Alyssa Thomas reveals WNBA is the first profession to ever have rude customers. She wonders why she's underrated. You're insanely unlikable. And by the way, crazy thing is, the players don't even rate her. The players don't even rate her. The players said she was the 6th best forward in the W. The players don't even rate her high. They're like, she's underrated. The players don't even rate her. I'm pretty sure the fan vote got it. She was the same fan vote as the player vote. The players don't even rate her. And by the way, I think Alyssa Thomas is fantastic as a player. I would love the Alyssa Thomas, the basketball player. But this is just weird. No offense to Alyssa Thomas. Unless you are nearly injuring somebody, or instead of taking a layup, plowing down Veronica Burton, or you're setting a screen for Caitlin Clark and mid-screen, clock her in the jaw with a shoulder barge her in the jaw, hit her with something that could be this close to breaking Caitlin Clark's jaw. Every time you blitzed the screen on Caitlin Clark, you came up and just went through her. You made no attempt. She made no attempt to hard hedge. It was just, I'm blitzing and going through Caitlin Clark, and the referees are going to let you away with it because you're Alyssa Thomas. Why? What is the benefit to this? Evidence why she's one of the most unlikable players. I'm sorry. She's essentially saying, fans can't talk about sports in a negative way. And I'm sorry, fans are going to do that. And yes, there are lines fans can't cross. And by the way, I can guarantee you that there are some fans that have gone so far past the line when it comes to Alyssa Thomas that it is completely unacceptable. And that is obvious. There is definitely a very small percentage of fans that are completely unacceptable. Because let's be real. If I've had people that have crossed the line so far that it's unacceptable, I can guarantee you Alyssa Thomas has, because she's a lot more famous than I am. So at the end of the day, we have to look at it that way. There are people, and by the way, if I was one of these players, and you're seeing this and you're not used to this, I don't know how I'd react either. I don't know how I'd react either when it comes down to things. But yeah, it's look, it is what it is. It is what it is. And look, Alyssa Thomas is going to continue to be hated by every single team that Alyssa Thomas doesn't play for. From her play style to this stuff, look, if you're not a fan, if you're not a fan of a team that Alyssa Thomas plays for, you're probably not going to be a fan of Alyssa Thomas. We can be honest here. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.